Hello everyone, how are you guys? Today I am going to make a surfing t-shirt design. Of course, I have made some designs very similar to this one, but yet I am going to make it again here. So the reason I am making this one is going to teach you guys some text customization for this one, especially for the surf city text. I want to make it customized. Now this is a vector from freepik. This is from a vector bundle. You can see this one, and I make a video with this one, so I'm not taking this one this time. I'm taking this one. And if you are making a design like this, you can use this on print on demand sites, but it's always good to avoid vectors because these are not our works. We are just using them to make a t-shirt design. So if you want to stay on the safe side forever, you can just work with typography. So the main focus text of my this design is going to be a vintage theme. So let's bring some vintage colors here. Okay guys, so here are some vintage color I picked from Google, and now I'm going to I make some rectangle and pick the colors from there. Now I'm going to add them in my source panel. It's very easy, as you can see. And now my customization starts. So for this one I want to use a circular shape here. Of course, that will be the center position of our text, and then we will add some text in the top and the bottom kind of thing. So I want to make a ellipse first. So this ellipse I just don't want to use it as it is. Let's change the color of the ellipse. Ctrl X, Ctrl B to paste in back. I want to place it something like that, so that it's stays in a center position. But this is just a theme for me here. I just want to, this is going to be the kind of the element or the design I want to make, but I don't want a perfect ellipse here. So I just keep it as it is. Now I'm going to take my pencil tool, and with the same color fill I just want to draw some shapes like this. Now this is not very perfect, of course, and of course I'm not trying to make it very perfect. Okay, that's a mistake. So let's bring it kind of this. I hope you will understand this part. Now this is just some shape, two shape here. If we unite them, they will become one single shape. And then I want to keep my elements on top, and then this shape, the ellipse kind of shape, that is on the bottom. But I want to make it, I want to erase this part so that it looks kind of end from there, and the bottom of my this van and the ellipse should be kind of similar. Now this one may be a bit, okay, let's say I want to select this part, and then I'm selecting them with my direct selection tool, and then bringing them wherever I want it to be. This is just to make it a ellipse kind of look, but not a ellipse. Okay, now I want to take some lines, so maybe 3 or 4 lines, I'm not sure. So let's say kind of this part I want to keep it bigger, then some lines like this. And then if I select them all like this and then click on this divide, it is going to divide my design into smaller shapes. And of course, when we apply the divide filter, it's make it a group. So if we ungroup them, we can select them individually, as you can see here. So now I want to select my colors. So that one maybe this red, this one, let's say I want to keep it that color. Let's make it this one yellow. This one maybe this kind of green, sorry, blue, I don't know what this color is, steel color maybe. And then selecting this one and then picking something like this, or maybe this one. Yeah, so this part I am making a bit darker because this is the ground level and I want to, okay, for then, okay, now I have to make them a group again so that they act like one object. Now I can place my van here, then I can always align them with the bottom position. Now I want this to be on the back, so Ctrl X, Ctrl B, or you can do it in another way, that is called right click on the object and then arrange, then send to back. Both are same. Now as you can see, this is looking like, it looks like this, but this part I want to make it a bit smaller, maybe something like this. and then we are done. And I'm keeping it as it is for now, but I will change it later. So let's work on the text part here. Of course, this surf city I want to make it bigger. This is the main focus text of my design. Then these are just some random text I want to place here to match my design, something like that. So this surf city I want to make it really scripted looking font. So let's say I'm going to select Narmada. Yeah, Narmada is a good font, but problem is in some font you will find that the spacing doesn't look very good for this part, extra part. So we can fix that by pressing shift T, and then we can select any object, any letter, we can bring them closer to the other ones. We can do many things with the task type, but right now I'm going to do it like this. And then if we select a text like this, like I'm selecting the C, it is showing me another option here. So that is called the glyphs option or the alternative text. So if we are selecting any text and that is showing us a box like this with another text, that means this letter has a alternative letter. If we click here, it will apply that. So you can see this is another style of C, and I think this C is looking cool than this, the previous C. Like this is the original C, and with task type tool you can make it this C. So this is the alternative text option. And then if we select this F, we will find some, okay, sorry for that, we selected the R. If we select the F like this, it is not showing anything. That means this S does not have a alternative option. U does not have. F, Y, so Y, sorry, we are selecting T. This Y has another option, that is this one. We can always pick them from there. And this is not all font will not work like this. Some font have this option, so they will work like this anyway. So that's not the problem here. The problem is, you can see it is overlapping here. So I wanted to show you guys this option here. So this is the point of making this video. Now I want to make it look like a T. So that T, this part of the C, I want to make it the this part of the T. So but there is already a part here. We can erase them by selecting the letter T. Then if we take our direct selection tool, we can select them like this and then press delete. So delete will delete it like this. Not every time it will work perfectly, but yeah, most of the time it will work. If we select this part, we can erase them. You can see this is not working. So sometime it will not work. Okay, this is not going to work here because we already erased 2 points from here, and that is connecting with that point. No problem, we have to just erase this part. Sorry for that. Erase this part, and then if we select this point with direct selection tool, we can erase them. I'm selecting one by one and then erasing it, and then it becomes a single shape. We can erase it. So you can see now it is perfectly matching with the curve. Now here is a problem. You can fix it also. Press shift E for eraser tool for erasing this. Then if we select our direct selection tool, we can erase it like this. Now here is the extra pointer is staying. We can select everything. Okay, you can see if we are erasing something that was connected before, it is going to give us that problem. So we can erase it again, and then we can select it with the direct selection tool. Then again we can erase these parts. I hope this will help you guys customizing text. So, and by this you can do many different styles of text. So you can see it is now, that part is gone, and we will make this part of the C the part of the T. So for that, first of all double click, then select the C here, and then I'm going to create an offset path for it. 10 pixel, a bit bigger, make it a bit smaller. 6 pixel is good. Click OK. Ctrl X to cut. Now if I select this T and then open transparency for it, press Ctrl F. So Ctrl F will place that part, that object offset path of the C inside the T. Here you can see this is the T, this is the transparency of the T, and inside here it is placing like this. Now if I press shift E for eraser tool, I can erase this part. Okay, so for here I want to make it look like this part of the C is going down from the T, and then it is coming out on top of the T from here, let's say. And for making that, I need to first of all erase this part. So here the T will be on top, kind of this, and on the other side the C will be okay. So here you can see C is on top, that is why we cannot see the part of the T. And then if we click here, and then the T will be selected as we are in the transparency of the T. Now if I make a offset path of the T, same size, Ctrl X to cut it. Now if I select the C, here you can see, then if I open the transparency, press Ctrl F. So Ctrl F will make it look like this. Let's say I don't want this part of the T to be visible. Okay, so this is fine. There may be a little problem here, but we can fix it by, okay, sometime it happens, you have to click here, and that will fix those snap to point, snap to pixel problem. And now this is the pointer, we can fix it. So guys, you can see this is how you can make a cool looking text effect. So this is the C is now making the part of the T, surf city, that is fine, looks good to me. Then, or maybe I can just bring them a little closer to each other. This is not the rules, but of course for making a design looks good, we can customize it anyway. So that is the position of the surf city here. Now I want to insert a surfboard from this area. Let's say if I bring a surfboard silhouettes. Okay, so I was thinking for something like this. Now these are available on internet, you can download them, but this is from a clip art library. We can take this one. This is a PNG image. So first of all we have to place it something like in paint.net, then place it inside the Illustrator. So you can see this is a very small part of a design or a pre-made vector, so we can take this. There will be no copyright because this is not the main part of our design, or we are taking this to make our design, make a part of our design, not we are pasting it or we are not selling it as a design. So that is fine, just this part. And then we are going to do the same here. So I am going to, first of all, if you can see there is a problem here, it is okay, let's say that's not a problem. So if I select this surfboard, press Ctrl C Alt F, that is the shortcut of my offset path, Ctrl X to cut it. Now if I select this surf city, maybe surf 1 F1, not the whole text, open transparency, press Ctrl F, it is going to look like this. And again here I am going to make it the exact same effect. I want this part to be in the behind, and then this part on in the front. So wherever we want to keep it in the front, we will keep that part. Like here I want to keep the surfboard on top, so I am keeping this part, but not here. And then again if we select the F, make offset path, Ctrl X, then we have to select this surfboard and then press Ctrl F again, and then wherever we erased our transparency, we have to erase that part again. Sorry, we kept that part, so we have to now erase that part. I think it is clear because that's the thing I do every time in my every video. So you can see this is how it is looking like. It looks like the surfboard is going through the F here, and here I will make a effect here. Like if I select the C here, make a offset path of it, Ctrl X to cut it. Now if I select the surfboard inside the transparency, press Ctrl F. So it is going to paste it here. I don't need the whole thing, I just want to keep this small part here. So I think this looks good. Let's say this part of the surfboard is not looking very good, so we can erase that part, or we can fix it by doing another thing that is called Blob Brush, but let's not worry about that part because that is not very important. So you can see guys, this is how my text is looking right now. If I select them all, I can align them center wise, that is fine. And then I will maybe make it a bit, make the position a bit up. Then I'm going to make a offset path for it. This time I will make a bigger offset path, Ctrl X to cut. Now if I select this one, or maybe I can make them a group so that I can apply the offset path on both of them at once, and open the transparency, press Ctrl F. So Ctrl F will make it look like this. the offset path is going to cut out this area, and that is going to make our text visible. So I want to hide those parts because I don't want them to be visible. That is fine. Let's say this is our text, so I'm going to make it red color, and then for this surfboard I want to make it like this yellow color, so that it stands out, it can be visible. So that is fine. And then for the rest of the area I want to just place a text, something like this. I'm making a ellipse here. Then summer paradise is a good text for surfing design. These are guys like the common text. Okay, so you can put some of them on any, almost any, every summer, every surfing t-shirt design, no problem. Catch the wave, surf riders club, these are the very common text for surfing t-shirt designs. Now it will apply for you if you are only making a design for a print on demand, not something clothing brand. Then you will have to use their text, whatever they want to use in their design. You have to use them, use that as the text. I think that much is fine. Okay, so summer paradise. Okay, so when we are making a offset path or a transparency with something, we have to make them a group. Otherwise, in this position, if I try to make them, if I try to align them, it will lose the position or it will destroy the transparency effect here. So that's why I want to keep everything in a group. That is done. Like not this part, but this one I want to make it a group. Okay, so this text is not looking very cool here. Let's say Ctrl C to copy it, delete it. Then I'm going to make it like this. Let's break the text because I don't need that anymore. And then for here, okay, so there is a problem, that is my ellipse are going to looking like missing from this part, and then it is filling this part. So we can maybe fix that, I don't know. Let's try. So this is our ellipse. Let's say I want to bring them this way, then this one in this way, then this one again in this way. I don't know how it will look or what, but that's another style we can do it. Okay, let's say not, let's not do that, that's not looking very good. So that much is fine for me. Let's say I want to make it look like this. Let's go. I am going to make it effect, then distort transform and free distort. I want to distort this part of the text a little bit. Then I want to distort this part of the text in the same size. Click OK. It is going to make our text longer. Then I want to bring them, expand them. Then I want to effect, go to effect, wrap, and then arc lower. So arc lower but in minus position. That is fine. I want to make it look like this. That's not a problem, I think. Okay, so in this position we can always make changes to our design. I'm not breaking it right now because I will maybe need it for changing that. Anyway, that's not the problem. So this Sharp Riders Club, I want to make it the bottom part. Then this one I'm going to use it here, Sharp Riders Club, and then Catch the Wave, Summer Paradise. These are just two texts that is going to make the area look similar, nothing else. So if I select it, I can make it same size. Let's say I want to select everything and then align them center wise. That is fine. And okay, I am not very happy with this area of the design. Let's try to fix it. I hope this time I will be able to fix it. I'm going to select this too. I'm going to make it bigger, kind of this. Then if I make them a group, double click to isolate that group, then I can select this part with my direct selection tool. I think that is fixing. It will take some time, but yeah, I will be able to fix it. I know I will do that. So this part is making the problem here. Okay, we can simply draw it again with my pencil tool, and that is fine I think, but I will need to bring that inside this area. You can see guys, that is not affecting my transparency. Whatever we pasted inside the transparency, it is not destroying that. And because it is not destroying that, because we are, if we make something, if we apply something for a transparency, and then if we change that for the, if we apply transparency for a group, and then if we change anything inside that group individually, that will not affect our transparency. But if we try to make changes to the whole group, that will move the transparency. So like say, if you have applied transparency on three objects together, and if you try to move one of them, it will not affect the transparency. But if you have applied the transparency for three objects and you want to select them all, and then if you want to move them all together, that will affect the transparency. I hope I am not confusing you guys. So this is just to fill this area, nothing else. I can simply keep it a group, selecting them all. Then again I'm going to, okay, so this is, I think this is looking good. Let's say I want to select this part, and then this one, I'm not sure. Let's try to bring them down to the design. Okay, so that's not very important. Okay guys, so that's the text part of the design. That is the tons of works to do here in this one. Catch the web. Then this one I'm going to make it this color, or this color maybe. Yeah, that is fine. I can change this to ellipse, but let's not do that. Okay, so this is the text part, and the center position is done. We have not worked on our this vehicle yet, so I'm going to select this one. Now I want to first of all select it, Control C. Then I want to make it merge unite. So merge unite will make it a complete one single shape. Let's say I want to make it red, and then on top of this shape, if I press my, okay, let's double click to isolate the group, and now if I press Ctrl F, that will place my original design that I just copied. So now if I select this one and this one, I can press Shift M, and then I can press Alt and remove this part, because that part should not be filled anyway. So this is looking like this. We can simply cut it, then select our this text, sorry, this shape, and go to transparency, then press Ctrl F. So Ctrl F will make it look like this, and then it is looking like this, no problem. Let's just keep it as it is. And now if I, it is not very much visible, so if I select my this ellipse right now, you can see where, you can see it is here. So then inside the transparency, if I press Ctrl F, that will make it look like this. That means this shape, this van shape, is now inside the transparency of this red shape of the van, and then also inside this shape of the sunset or the background. So that is what making it look like this. So we are not directly using that exact shape or the exact vector, we are using the shadow of it. So if I press Ctrl X, Ctrl B, you can see this is how it is looking. Maybe I can pick this color. So you can see this is how it is looking, and that means this vehicle is completely visible, but that is not there. You can see only the highlighted part of the vector is there. That is really a cool tips. I think you will, that will help you guys. Okay, so for this part of the design, I am not very much happy with it yet, so let's try to fix it. If I select this shape, I have to select this exact shape, and then if I take my pencil tool, I can simply draw it like this, just to fill the area what is missing from here. And then of course I can bring a copy in the opposite side and then fill it, reflect it. Then if I select my this part, it is going to make it with that color. If I select this color, it is going to, okay, if I press eyedropper, I can select this color, then taking my pencil tool to make a shape like this, so that it makes the ellipse kind of shape. Let's select this one, Ctrl X, then maybe press Ctrl B, that will be in the background, and I think that is fine. So yeah, that is going to look like this, and I am happy with the shape right now. That's not the very important part here, but we are missing something that is called the palm trees. So if we are making a surfing t-shirt design, there should be some palm trees. So let's select this one, and then inside this shape of this background shape, inside that transparency of it, I am going to press Ctrl V. Sorry guys, it is going to paste our palm shape here. So you can see it is going to look like this. And now for this one here, let's just keep it as it is right now, then bring another copy here, reflect it just to place in here. So if you can see here, whatever we applied for the background, like this text of the summer surf city, that is also applying with our text here, with our palm trees here. But here I want to keep my palm trees on top. You can see here it is visible on top of my this van, and I think that's cool. Let's bring this one. So if I cut it and press Ctrl B, it is going to be in the background of this shape, and that is going to be visible from here. Let's select this one, and then if I take my eraser tool, I can simply erase this part, because here I don't want that to be visible. I want to keep my van on top, and then in this part I want to keep my palm trees on top. And there is another problem that you can see here. It is looking like area like this, and I don't want it. So if I take my pencil tool and draw a shape here, it is going to hide that part. So it is going to make it look like, okay, I think that much is fine. Let's not erase that part, keep that part. Okay, so that is done. You can see guys, this is how my design is looking right now, and I think this is looking really cool. Of course, it is a summer surf t-shirt, so we can do some birds here. That is not really important, but I do love birds here in this kind of designs. So I'm going to erase this part. I hope you will understand what I am doing here. I'm just making two ellipses and then reflecting on another on top of each other. Then I'm erasing some parts. Then I get a bird like this. Let's unite. Then bring a copy here. I want to make it a little smaller. Then another copy here. I want to make it even smaller. So that is fine. Let's make it a bit bigger. That is good. Okay guys, so that's all for today's video. I hope you will learn something new from this one. And of course, in a design like this, in a vintage looking design like this, we can always add some grand texture, because that looks cool on this kind of designs. So this is my final design. If I make them a group all together, then open the transparency for it and press Ctrl V. Ctrl V will paste my grand texture here, and then I am going to place it in this position, then drag and make it bigger. Okay, let's click here, so that will make it complete black, and complete black makes it complete transparent. So you can see this is now looking like a vintage distress looking. We can of course increase the distress by, let's say this is my own guns. If I make a copy of it by pressing Alt, it is going to increase the grunge, because now it has two grunge texture inside it. So this much is fine for me. Let's keep it as it is for now. And this one was to show you guys some advanced kind of text customization. I hope this will give you some advanced level idea of making or customizing your text, especially making this vector effect here. that I created. And thank you guys for watching my tutorials. See you in the next video guys. Have a great time. Thank you everyone.